Took some time, guys, but I finally have it. I finally got Godzilla Criterion DVD collection of the Showa era. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys a video on Godzilla DVD collection Criteria. This book came out about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I wish I could say I could have got it then, but other stuff was in the way and I couldn't really think about it then and that now. But hey, better late than never here is all I gotta say. If you can get it before it runs out there and you gotta go on the hunt for it, you need to get it. But I got this one. Get this, guys, I got this one for half price off at Barnes & Nobles. That's right, guys. If some of y'all don't have this yet and are watching this video just to get an overview of it, to see if you want to get it, all I say is at the end, if you do want to get this, go to your local Barnes & Noble store, because right now they have this for 50% off. That's all I gotta tell you on that end right there. But now going into this book of DVD collections, you're gonna ask yourself, what is it about it we should buy? Yeah, what is it about this that makes us want to buy the Godzilla Criterion DVD collection? And is it worth it? Well, this video right here, hopefully it'll help you guys who are interested or intrigued and tempted to get it. So first off, this, as I said, DVD collection of the Showa era, meaning it has all the 15 films from the Showa era right here on this back here. 15 kaiju classics from Godzilla all the way down to Terror of MegaGodzilla. Basically from 1954 to 1975, you got the DVD collections of all the Showa era films. Oh, but there's more to it than that. Also here on the back here, it shows some notes here of things. Like for one, now yes, it does have the DVD collection of the Showa era, but there are only, what's say here? Ah yeah, here it is. It says high definition digital transfer, Godzilla King of the Monsters 1956 US release of Godzilla, and get this, people, the Japanese version of King Kong vs. Godzilla. That's right, guys, King Kong vs. Godzilla in the Japanese version. Because let's face it, if there is anyone out there who has never seen the Japanese version, me, I'm one of those people, I'm not gonna lie. But I've only seen the US version, and I've heard how the Japanese version has different things from the US version. You must get this right here, because if you're trying to hunt for that Japanese version of it, you are going to have a hard time finding it right there. But other than that, though, yeah, when I say the US release, for King of the Monsters, not really. It's like a US version kind of didn't really send out the message that was used in the original version. But hey, if you guys want to get it, go ahead, because these are the only two that actually have a US dub, a dub of the video. Every other one is Japanese version, which me personally, I like it. I like it that way, because I'm gonna face it, while I don't mind the English dub versions, I've grew up with them and stuff, and I like them and everything. But if I'm gonna make preferences for the Showa era and the Japanese versus the dub, I'm gonna go with the Japanese version. No lies on that one right there, guys. Also, it has other feature things that they're here and stuff, but hey. Oh wait, here's something else I think I forgot to mention. International English dub tracks for Invasion of Astro Monsters, Sun Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla vs. MegaGodzilla, and Terror of MegaGodzilla. So it sounds like, yeah, it looks like they have English language dub tracks for those movies. Does that mean music or something? I don't know. But one thing's for definitely sure, guys. This alone right here is enough to make you want to get it, if it's enough. If not, they still got other stuff in here. Like they have say here, new interview with filmmaker Alex Cox about his admiration for the Showa era of Godzilla. So, even if you guys also like the movies and still wanted to learn more about the backstory on how all these movies were made, well, then here's another reason to get it. Now, why don't we just go ahead and go into the book and the inside itself? But first, let's just talk about this cover here. I love the cover. It's an amazing piece of artwork right here. And just the color schemes of it that they use and everything, nice touch to it as well. But now then, how about we go ahead and open this book, and I'll show you guys the inside of this book. First off, start when you open the page. Oh, look at this art piece, and this is just when you open the book. Does that not look amazing? Does that look badass, representing Godzilla, the destructive monster that he is, destroying buildings and destroying planes, fighter jet planes, everything? Who wouldn't love that? Because you're crazy if you wouldn't love that. Now, going into it, of course you got the table of contents and everything right here showing for us. But then you got here saying Reign of Destruction. I think this is basically like a little story here talking about like the Godzilla films themselves, and how I said about how like they came to be when they made their journeys into making each of these Godzilla films. So yeah. But now here's where it really gets interesting. This book holds like the title of each of the Godzilla movies from the Showa era, starting with the original Godzilla himself, and they got a piece of artwork to represent those films. First, starting off with Godzilla right there. Now then, we move on over. We got Godzilla Raids again, where Godzilla and Anguirus first met, and that was the first monster Godzilla ever took on. And if you look at that picture, it almost represents that time when they both fell off the island when they first battled. Oh, one more good look right there, guys. Pretty cool, huh? Moving on over, we got King Kong versus Godzilla. See, pretty cool stuff there. I also like this one right here, where King Kong's holding him by the tail and everything. If I'm not mistaken, that did happen in the movie, or something similar, not exactly like it. Now, Godzilla versus Mothra, or Mothra versus Godzilla, because when I first learned of it, it was Godzilla versus Mothra, but then it got switched to Mothra versus Godzilla. But still, a really cool piece of artwork right there when it comes to two of Toho's famous monsters. Or better yet, two, well, you know what I mean. And speaking of favorite monsters, here's another fan favorite among the Godzilla franchise, and that's his arch enemy, King Ghidorah, and Ghidra, the three-headed monster. And if you look at this artwork right here, does this not look similar, like it took reference off of Godzilla versus King Ghidorah from the Heisei era cover? Because it sure looks like it to me, just in a different art style right there. But I'm not complaining or anything. I still like it. It's still showing, it's kind of almost like in something of a cave painting that talks about an ancient story or a legendary story and all that. That's really awesome. And then here we go. Godzilla Invasion of the Astro Monsters. And yes, if you people have seen Invasion of the Astro Monster, then you know this pose that Godzilla has right here. It's become very famous, infamous or famous. I don't remember which one. All I just know is you know that stance he's making there. Yeah, when he's dancing, as you can see right here. Yeah, Godzilla doing a victory dance. Who can ever forget that? Now, go ahead. Let's move on over to Godzilla Ebra, Horror of the Deep, or in US, Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. Now it's a good picture right there and stuff, and shows each of the monsters who were involved in this. Of course, Godzilla being the main focus of it, even though that was supposed to be meant for King Kong. Moving on over to Son of Godzilla. And yes, if you guys look at that photo, you're gonna actually see that in the movie itself. Minya riding on his daddy's back. It's an interesting shot right there. And I gotta say, how they actually made this piece of art right here to represent this, I like that. I like that a lot. Especially since this film was like one of the first real steps to making Godzilla children's friendly, for introducing Godzilla's son, that is. Okay, on over to Destroy All Monsters. This has probably got to be one of my favorites right here. Because look at it, all those monsters in this one picture alone, all the monsters that's supposed to be in this movie. But granted that most of them only had cameos and only a few of them had roles, but still, who cannot say this might be their favorite? Because I think this might be my favorite one, if not one of my favorites. Moving into All Monsters Attack, aka US dub version, Godzilla's Revenge, which don't make sense. We got here where you see Minya and a child, and you got Godzilla and another monster named Gabra at the top here, looking like Godzilla's trying to defend those two. Because this movie's really all about don't be a bully and stuff like that. So that's all you get there. But still, for the artwork itself to represent what this movie was about, it makes sense and I like it. It's cool. Then here we go. Godzilla versus Hedorah, or versus the Smog Monster, whichever way you want to look at it. Funny thing is, in this artwork, I have no problem with it, but it never happened in this movie. Well, technically, yes, they did fight in the city, but not in where tall buildings and stuff were. But definitely, guys, this movie right here was a mess of a movie when it comes to the fight. That's for sure. Okay, moving on into Godzilla versus Gigan. And this is another favorite of mine from this book because I just like how Gigan looks. It really captures the image of him in the film. So if you guys are going to see this film, you'll know which image I'm talking about, what scene he looks like in there. Also, it shows two of the main characters in that lightning bolt while Godzilla's right there in front while Gigan's in the back. Almost showing Godzilla like, you're not going to destroy this place on my watch. Because this was where Godzilla was still a good guy and everything. And basically the humans are helping him out. Alright, moving on into Godzilla versus Megalon. This one's very unusual, mind you. At least, I mean art style wise. Like, look at this. You got Godzilla who was designed through the smoke of all things. It actually looks pretty interesting how they shaped it like that. And then of course at the bottom you got Megalon and Jet Jaguar and Gigan. Now, this was really all supposed to be about Jet Jaguar and Megalon, so it's good that they represent those two as well. And then finally, the final two here, we have Godzilla versus MegaGodzilla. The first of the last two, where Godzilla took on one of his famous enemies, that being his mechanical foe, MegaGodzilla. And I liked how, since this was the first introduction of MegaGodzilla, they put the focus of the artwork on him, with King Caesar in the back and only seeing Godzilla's legs. Because at this point, we all know who Godzilla is, and this is him just being introduced to his mechanical foe and one of his most toughest enemies out there. And then finally, we move on over to the final one, Terror of MegaGodzilla. Kind of funny how they call it Terror of MegaGodzilla, and then you look at this piece of artwork right here, where you got Godzilla, Titanosaurus, the new and last monster to be introduced in the Showa era, and MegaGodzilla looking like they're all attacking the city together. Even still, though, I love this artwork right here. Very destructive looking and way to represent it, considering this was the last film for Godzilla versus the Godzilla Showa era. And pretty much, well, that's it right there. Then, finally, we get into the biggest one of them all. The last page that holds all the DVDs that contain the Godzilla films. As you can see here, there's about like 8 of these, and yeah, some of them like they have 1 or 2 of the films. So basically, it's like this. You got disc 1, and then you go through it. You got disc 2, disc 3, disc 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, so if you take a good look right there, guys, I like how they set this up and how they're able to be contained in there. Because I'm pretty sure you guys know how DVDs can get scratched and everything, but this looks like it'll hold them in pretty good there. Especially it took a while for me to kind of get some of them out. Now, I'm not saying all of them were hard to get out, but some of them were. But either case, like I said, a few of the discs hold 1, 2, or 3 of the films in there, which I must say, pretty impressive right there. Oh, and also, for those of you who are going to get this or already have it and have been looking for the Godzilla, King Kong vs. Godzilla Japanese version, you're going to find it in disc number 8 right here. And yeah, it took me a while to find that out myself. But definitely, guys, I am not gonna lie, I am glad I got this book, but much less for 50% off. Saves up a good amount of money there, and I am very happy to finally have this in my grasp right here. When it comes to Godzilla movies, I always get hard copy versions of it. And come on, there's no denying why. I mean, if you guys really want to know how big of a fan I am on Godzilla, look back into my Godzilla movie review marathon, which was known as Godzilla Revuthon! I'll leave that in the link description down below. And actually, since it's been so long since I talked about some Godzilla stuff, I really am going to start doing some Godzilla related videos. Because, well, I really want to start doing more stuff than what I've already done. Because I've been sort of laid back lately on that. But that's because of other stuff in my life. But either way, guys, I hope this video has helped you guys and interested in getting this book right here with all the DVD collection. And if not, that's okay. At least you guys can get a little overview of what you have here inside this book. But I'm going to go ahead and now end it all at that. And hey, if you're enjoying my videos, all you got to do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of when I make more videos. And until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye!